All right, well.
This is what you guys talk about in podcasts?
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to an hour of this.
Have you been on Dude Soup before?
I have not.
Oh my
What?
god, finally!
Bones!
I'm so excited.
Hey, everybody!
Oh, it's me.
Did
Hi.
you clap sync?
Yes,
Because these
we
can
did.
work.
Yeah,
Use all of them.
Should we start the show with an applause for Bones?
we should.
I think
Okay.
so.
Oh wow, wow, good job, Bones.
Bones.
Wow.
Stop.
Wow.
Welcome to a Bones-filled bowl, Dude Soup.
Yeah.
There are many people on this podcast, but only one matters. It's Bones. Hey, Bones!
Hey-o.
Yeah, wow.
Hey, Bones.
Get up for
Welcome
Bones
to the
there.
show.
Wow,
Guys,
man.
this is
long overdue.
It's way too much. It's way too much.
You got the most stories than anyone.
He's the
lived-
oldest.
Yeah, well, that's
not,
true.
that's not why.
I've lived a
thought-
rich life, though. Yeah.
Continues to.
So.
Yeah.
I'm your host and professional advertisement reader, Lawrence Sonntag. Joined by,
Yeah.
you don't have to clap. I'm
Hi,
not.
Lawrence.
That's okay. Oh, you guys,
All right.
too much.
There
You're
you
just
go.
devaluing it now.
Some stories.
Not as many, mostly video game related. And I'm joined by the fantastic Willemses, starting with the radiant Elise Willems.
Hi, thanks for having me. Not many stories that are interesting.
Can't wait to hear my adjective.
And the story-packed
Yeah.
James Willems. Hello, James.
Fudge.
No good.
It's
Sorry.
hyphenated.
Fun.
A hyphenated adjective is always worse than a straight up adjective.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's like I have to specify.
I also have a spooky candle. The spooky candle's
Is that
here.
for Halloween?
It is for Halloween.
Which is like 3 weeks away.
It's also because I got this big-ass candle from Bethesda to promote Evil Within 2, because I'm a games journalist. Oh, which, by the way,
Do we have all the Evil Within stuff?
not all here.
Scattered
no,
to the
I've been-
winds.
Bethesda, God bless you, but I've been slowly getting rid of those items. So they sent us a bag of salt, a broken mirror, a stuffed cat, an umbrella, and various other
horseshoe.
horseshoe, yes,
Which
is
even the letter
supposed to be lucky,
specified
but-
that it's lucky. They're like, horseshoes are normally lucky. But in this case, spooky.
Yeah.
You can't just say that.
This podcast is brought to you by two very fine sponsors, Dollar Shave Club and Movement Watch. For only $5, you can get a starter Dollar Shave Club kit. It includes an executive razor, 3 trial-size versions of their most popular products to help you stay fresh and clean, and you can get 15% off with free shipping and free returns by going to movement.com/dudesoup, which, yes, need to get everyone a Movement Watch.
Well,
At least about it.
I wanted to show off my watch, but I either have chocolate or blood on my sleeve.
Okay. I was about to get him one.
So
I love my movement. I've been wearing
Bones
this the whole
hasn't,
time.
yeah, Bones hasn't been bathed into the movement religion yet, but we're getting him.
back to that candle for a moment.
Yeah.
I will say Lawrence has been diligently lighting that candle at his desk, almost like he's holding a vigil for something
Yeah.
daily, and he kind of like does a mini panic when he's like, "Oh, I haven't lit my candle. I haven't lit my candle."
Well,
but it's a nice ambience.
concerning.
As a desk buddy, I appreciate it.
Nice little flickering, a little light cast upon.
What are
Bones-
you warding off with that?
me?
Yeah, mostly
Oh.
Elise. She's terrified of fire. But she's not terrified of indie games. To wit, I present to you guys a choice. We can either play
Silvio?
Silvio 2, thank you,
Uh-oh.
or Yono and the Celestial Elephants.
Ooh, this is tough.
Yeah,
You
those
know
are real
both of
tough.
these?
No, I've never heard of either of these.
Yono.
Actually.
My vote's for Yono.
I was gonna suggest Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Uh-oh. Well,
Shouldn't we have something that isn't constantly drawing our attention away from the discussion? It should just be ambience in the background.
Yeah. True.
That's the ideal game, right?
yeah.
What's Silvio like?
It's a kind of a spooky game. You walk around and look at things.
Oh,
Sounds
See,
good.
but that sounds distracting.
It may be, yeah.
I don't know. Whatever you guys want. I'm voting for Yono.
I'm abstaining.
She's my favorite Beatle.
All right, well, that was the only intense thing I heard. Oh wait, no, fuck that. First, get out here, Yono. Hold on. We're gonna open this with something special for you guys.
ooh.
Yes, and you have me to thank, so make sure to do that profusely. I have the best news. I went out and did some games journalism. That's right. I drove all the way to. Well, no, someone drove me all the way to Universal City Walk.
But you paid for it.
Yes, I did.
Well, the company.
And the way
Oh,
back.
right, someone else
Well, I
paid
haven't
for it.
expensed it. I guess
This whole
I could.
podcast is just him bragging.
Yeah.
I have a quick
It's every
question.
podcast.
I've worked here a while, but I'm not sure. Are you incapable of driving, or you just
I
don't
have
have a car?
No, I have a current driver's license, and I
Okay.
often drive my girlfriend's
okay,
car
okay.
when she doesn't want to, or I just got to do something myself.
I just
don't own one because I totaled it and have to this point not been able to.
He
afford
totaled
one.
it when he was coming to pick up a futon that I was
Yeah.
selling to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Most
a
expensive trip of my
mar
life.
on our friendship.
Yeah.
Futon was cheap.
so it's your fault.
Car,
It
but
put us
car
on the
was
outs for a
expensive.
while.
I didn't tell him to run that red light.
I just chose to because I was so excited for a futon. So here's the deal. Here I made a cool stinger and everything. So welcome to. All right. So before a brief prelude to the games journalism.
Real quick, Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's only running on the stream, so you have to go back in and add it yourself.
Well, Omar does, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give him notes about where that stinger is.
Can it just be a big unrendered graphic?
A real games journalist can delegate that kind of busy work.
Exactly. I'm too busy driving to Universal City Walk.
Not driving.
No, someone drove me, sorry.
driven.
I got lectured all about the 60s and how graphic design is a dying field. That's why he's driving Lyft now. Anyway, so I went to Universal City Walk. It was a huge Mario event from Nintendo. Thank you for the invite. Got there, and then they handed me content guidelines that said you can only use 4 minutes total and 2 minutes in each individual clip. I was planning on running B-roll under the whole podcast. The podcast is a lot longer than 4 minutes. So here it is, half of your games journalism extravaganza, me playing Mario. So enjoy.
Okay.
It's a new level.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's new.
it is a new level.
So that's cool.
Thus Warren's sitting in a
And
car
you can
for
do a
2.5
jump.
hours.
Look at his little outfit.
Yeah,
He's a
little
Safario.
He's cute.
Yes,
Mario!
I meant to call it. Yes, audio listeners. Sorry, there will be some visual elements in today's podcast that you will not be able to appreciate. But if you toddle on over to YouTube, you too can witness the unique
That's
games
a new
journalism
gameplay element right there. Oh, you're not hit.
occurring right now. Yes, there is now a stack of Goombas.
Human Goomba
So Mario can control one Goomba,
Yes,
but then the other Goombas can wear other Goombas as a hat. Is that how it works?
it appears to be the case. Or perhaps Goombas are naturally inclined to stack on top of each other.
Or is their central nervous system so simple that you can access their brain stem just straight up through the top of their head?
Yeah, I think so. I would guess that if enough Goombas link together, that they then can form some
It doesn't
Ultra Goomba.
recognize you in your Goomba form.
Are those snails supposed to be your allies or enemies?
They're allies when they recognize you as Mario, I'm sure.
And now they're scared.
That makes sense. That's good attention to detail.
How does the stacking help you?
You'll find out soon, Bones.
You probably reach
I wanna
places
know
you couldn't
now.
reach otherwise, Bones.
It's like,
All right.
well, I like the idea that you could have just like double jumped as Mario, but you stack on 10 Goombas to achieve the same
You have
height.
to stack on 10
oh,
Goombas
you have to
Humiliate
impress
them.
beautiful Lady Goomba.
so that you can fall in love with this Lady Goomba.
Say,
I love this.
dibs.
And then she squirts out a moon because welcome to Mario.
She's so enamored.
That's how it works. Boys and girls that are watching and want to pick up ladies.
I remember when you climbed on Lawrence, who climbed on Adam, who climbed on Bruce, who climbed on Bones, who climbed on Omar, who climbed on Don, who climbed on Dan, who climbed on John, who climbed on Jacob. And then I was just,
You spit out a moon.
Yeah, you just shat
Except by moon we mean your period.
Well, it's probably the same. It's crystallized.
Oh, good dodge.
wow.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
That was
game
a-
journ-
that was a
games
close one.
journalism.
That's real game journalist dodge right there. Yes, I am the ultimate games journalist. So I'd planned a whole surrealist video that involved me screaming at Mario in a crowded park.
Yeah.
But then I realized it was already like 5 o'clock and traffic was already getting really bad. So I just left. I did go to Margarita.
That's it.
Real
It's the
committed to
hard-hitting-
his craft.
That's the hard-hitting games journalism right there.
Yeah. But there we
Wow.
go.
You're pretty much par for the course in terms of games journalism.
well, I'm very impressed with Mario, not impressed with his games journalism.
Really? I think he's already an above average games journalist. He came back with something, number one, and he only left kind of early.
A real games journalist would have taken advantage of that free Uber ride and whatever snacks were there. Were there
were no
snacks?
there were no
It
snacks?
was very hot and there were no snacks.
Did you at any point express verbal disgust with the fact that there were no snacks to someone working there?
I rolled my eyes very hard, but I don't think anyone was looking at
Nonverbal
me.
though, right?
It was nonverbal. I'm
So
sorry.
that's already better than most games journalists.
I think getting to play Odyssey outweighs the no snacks.
I agree. It was very fun, but it did only last about 3.5 minutes.
I also got to play it. I went to the Fry's by my house.
Did you?
Yeah, and you could just play it there.
Was it
well,
that level?
did you capture?
No, I was just there to
Well,
buy
what
a
the fuck,
power
Bones?
cord.
Yeah.
You didn't pull out
We
your
could have
iPhone?
used it for the
I
podcast.
just put it behind me.
Guess who's not a games journalist?
I'm not. I never claimed to be.
Bones. But I thought what we
well-
could do.
Bones did Gonzo games journalism.
That's right.
You weren't doing no Gonzo games journalism
That's
up
right.
there.
No.
Sellout.
I'm part of the system.
Dog-
Sorry, what did
35
you
games
think
journalism.
we could do?
Oh, I think it would be fun on this moment of the most Mario of days to celebrate our history with Mario, or rather, if you can, try and remember what the very first memory you have of a Mario game is, or maybe another special event that is tied to a Mario game releasing or playing or something like that. Because for me, they've always been kind of life milestones, and yes, I know that's nerdy and dumb as hell. but I measure my life more on the video games I play rather than the human relationships I have.
Well, yeah.
Therefore, to me, those games are more milestones of my life than other life events, like having children that I no longer talk to.
I can honestly say that probably my favorite Mario memory was when Lawrence went to an event. He came back with footage, but it was only about 3 minutes and 45 seconds of footage.
I remember that.
And so it was like, what the hell were you doing all day? Oh, I was sitting in a car, waiting in line to capture 3 minutes and 45 seconds of footage of Mario. He said, but Bones can just go to the Fry's down the street and capture way more than that. He's played way more than that. And so, yeah.
My first memory, I was playing my uncle, showing us the NES, the original NES, and then showing us Mario and just having our minds blown. It's funny because like Mario are such pivotal games in a young gamer's life, and such, famous games, but I don't really feel like I have that many personal experiences. I had an amazing summer when I played Mario Sunshine during the summer, so that was like...
You didn't go outside?
It was I didn't go outside. I just stayed inside, played Mario Sunshine. But as far as like most loved Mario memories, that's probably one. But yeah, I don't. Do you have one, Lawrence? You must.
Oh, I have many. Because games journalism and all.
Yeah.
Let me think. I remember the first time I saw Mario. It was actually at an arcade cabinet. Something that this will date me, but you gotta have a bank of years under your belt to be the world's premier games journalist. There was a time before the internet when if people didn't tell you something, you didn't know it existed, and that was kind of video games for me for a long time. I think my daycare had an Atari 2600 because I remember seeing Pitfall. I think it was the very first video game I ever saw. But apart from that, it was just arcade machines that were at the local skating rink. And I remember at one point they had Super Mario Brothers at the arcade machine. And I was transfixed. Because, it's like... It was the first game I remember where the second level looked entirely different from the first. Because at that time, like, every platformer was just like, run to the right. And maybe the sky is red in this level, and maybe it's blue, but it's just a palette swap. Like, it's not a new location. So that was like... To me, that was a big moment when I realized, games can be entire worlds that have a lot of creativity in them, as opposed to just jumping over things that can kill you.
So you're talking about Super Mario Brothers,
yes,
right?
The original Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Which had an arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
And then a port of which eventually hit the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Because I remember going to an arcade and playing the other one. The one that just looked like Donkey Kong.
The one that's just Mario Brothers?
Mario Brothers. Where that was my first Mario memory is I also played most of the stuff in an arcade. And so I would play I would play that game, and then I would also play Popeye.
Oh yeah.
Because they had the awesome Popeye game too. It was, and then eventually it got a Nintendo, and then that's I didn't play cabinet Super Mario Brothers until way later in like a retro arcade. But yeah, I played that one. So
you guys know Bruce, right?
We're familiar.
Heard of him. Never actually seen him.
This has never come up, but we're old friends. And we met, I think, senior year of high school, and that entire year, like the entire first year of our friendship, was us and another friend of ours going to this other guy's house and just playing Mario Kart and Super Mario 64, like every night, and then in the summer, all day, every day, just annoying the hell out of his parents until they literally had to tell our friend Steve, like, we don't want these people in our house. Like, that's how bad, like, that's how much we just took over their house.
Which Mario Kart was it? Do you remember?
It was just the first one for N64.
Oh, okay.
And Super Mario 64. Like, those two, just back and forth, back and forth.
I too had a Mario Kart summer, Double Dash summer, which was myself and 3 friends, like, double dashing it. I was trying to unlock every single cup, mirror cup, and that was a great summer.
So did something terrible.
It sounds like if Nintendo wants you to play a game, they release it over the summer.
Do you like
Summer Mario?
Bruce? Do you think Bruce is the same kind of person that he'd sit down and spend a summer with you playing Mario Odyssey?
I think he'd like to. I think he's too busy now. And
well, you're busy yourself.
I mean, I'm a married man. I don't like to brag, but you know.
It's okay.
But yeah, it's like neither one of us has time, obviously, to do that anymore. But it was such a cool. I don't know. It was just such a cool way for us to like really connect. Just spending all that time.
No, that was the Xbox.
Huh?
Do you remember if there was a level that specifically like you guys would have a difficult time with, or?
Well, for me it was all of them. I mostly just watched. I like to watch. I would just sit there, and people that were actually good at games would play them. But it was fun just to be, just to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Just to have people want to hang out with
To
you.
be
It was
accepted
nice.
for a brief moment.
Yeah.
I
It was
understand.
nice.
The only other strong Mario memory I have, I think this was like in 2007, whenever Mario Galaxy came out. I remember that right then my computer fucked up big time. Turns out I had like a faulty stick of RAM, but that sort of thing takes a long time to figure out.
Happens.
Stick
Yeah.
of butter.
It happens.
It's just crashing randomly. And you know me, certain people need certain things to be happy and functional in this world. Maybe it's acceptance from other humans, maybe it's food, maybe it's right amounts of sleep. For me, my computer has to be in working order all the time. And if it's not, then that pretty much takes top priority out of everything I do. So I remember troubleshooting it, and like all the lights were off in my apartment because it's morning when my computer's not working. And I remember like running mem test, and it was like scouting through all the fucking sectors of my RAM while I was playing Mario Galaxy, and thinking, damn, this game's good. But it was just a weird moment because like everything was off, which is rare.
Could you completely enjoy it because your computer wasn't working?
I could because it was so pure and beautiful, and there were no distractions. So it was like I was retreating into the womb a bit. But
Comes
Mario
up a lot
style.
with you.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I retreat a lot. I'm a retreater.
Speaking of like no distractions, did any of you live on the East Coast, Northeast Coast, sort of during the blackout that happened in like the mid 2000s?
No.
No.
There was a blackout that lasted like 24 hours, or for me at least, in being in Toronto, and it was awesome, kind of, because
There weren't
like
riots or anything? Oh, it's Canada.
no,
Yeah,
Never mind.
well, I mean, it happened in New York and some of the like northeastern seaboard, but like because there were no, like, basically we just had a giant barbecue, like with a bunch of people on our street. Like there was nothing else you could really do. It was the summer.
I mean, you could break
There-
into the local
Yeah.
like convenience
You could
store,
kill
steal
someone.
milk, or you could
peaches.
Burn a pile of mattresses. Something.
Yeah.
Nah, I think everybody just kind of had a chill time for the most part, for what I know. But it's one of those experiences that you're like, that kind of thing doesn't happen often now. We're also submerged
Yeah.
in our
What does
tech.
that have to do with Mario?
Yeah.
Well,
it
him
doesn't
just
have
saying that
anything
his serene, like cerebral experience with Mario Galaxy, where he had no distractions, he was just kind of made me think of that. That was just a tangent. I'm sorry.
Do you think that Super Mario Odyssey is going to take us back to the age of Lawrence's broken computer?
Well, let me take the liberty of answering that, being the only one who's played the water level and captured it.
Bones
at
has probably played more than you.
at an exclusive games journalist event.
What
to
levels
which
have you played, Bones?
I was
I
specifically
don't
invited.
remember. It wasn't that one. I wasn't
Some different
Safario.
one?
Yeah,
Was
a
it
different
was it New Donk City?
No, I think it was just like the deserty.
The desert.
The
Oh
desert
yeah, no, I
one.
played that. I played that. It's
Yeah.
cold, right? Like it's cold. Yeah. No, we played
Alright,
that.
Whatever. I'm not that cool, Lawrence. Fine.
Oh, thank God.
He needs this. He
Cumulatively,
really
the
needs
hours,
those
though.
bones.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's gonna be great. Fucking Mario Galaxy looks awesome.
Odyssey looks awesome.
Sorry,
that
I was stuck in 2007 yet again.
You were
His computer.
kind
His
of blacked
flashbacks.
out.
Oops.
Stop killing that chicken.
It's also the use button. Now I got a bowl of candy on my back, or marbles, or whatever that is.
What?
I mean, I'm a
I don't wanna-
celestial
I don't wanna
elephant, Bones.
dive into this.
I'm just excited. It's going to be Mario on a Switch,
Yeah.
which means oh, and we have some travel. In
Yeah, we
November
do.
and December.
Well, let's cap off this Mario
Yes.
discussion. Damn it.
That's
We'll get Omar on it. It's all right.
Well, it would have been fine if you hadn't mentioned it for the edit. The edit would have just had it.
No,
You
the edit will
mentioned
have it. That's the thing.
I know, but you mentioned it. You could,
No, it'll. Now that we've mentioned it, it'll make double sense to the people who got confused, given that they. Anyway, here's a second clip.
How long is this clip?
We got here 2 minutes.
And we're done.
2 minutes and 8 seconds.
And this
so
is all you played.
Yeah.
Every moment of it. All right. Well,
every last bit.
Mario's back.
Squeeze out all those drops. I'm technically not allowed to show this octopus man. There he is.
are you really technically
Are
not
you-
allowed to show Octopus Man? You're breaking. Bad boy games journalism.
That's right.
Oh.
I'm anti-establishment games journalist.
You're not going to get trending gamer with this kind of attitude. By
Maybe
the
I
way.
will though. This is what trends nowadays.
No, it isn't.
See, all that shit I saw in the fries, I kept it close to the vest.
Yeah,
I didn't spill anything.
Yeah.
they brought him into the back room.
I'm doing this for the gamers.
Fries.
The gamers, the ones who vote on Trending Gamer of the Year 2017.
No, it's not the gamers.
They're my
I think it's- isn't it
constituents.
Judges or whatever.
Well, I'm sure they're fine with it
Trending
too.
gamers voted.
Check this out. You can capture a cheap cheat. Oh, he's got a little mustache. It's really cute.
Did you turn so we could see his mustache?
Why do those kelps have little masks? I think I do at some point. I mean, I'm. look at it. You could breach like a salmon, like a trout. That's some real game journalist move right there. Man, you guys
I'm
are
back
so
in
lucky.
Endless Ocean.
Yeah, exploring's cool. Whoa, and then you can capture these little octopus mans.
Take
They
his
spit
brain.
water. Oh, it's mine now.
Nice. Whoa, it's like
pretty
Super Mario Sunshine. Wow, wow.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this. There you go. Nintendo paid me no money to say that, but they did. Let me stand close to someone who was dressed as Mario. I got in line to get my picture taken with Mario, but then they capped the line, and then I had to leave. Dejected.
Big success. As I've lamented before, my only complaint about more recent Mario games is that they actually put more work into them. There you go, Lawrence.
Hey.
Now I've been captured.
They actually put more work into them, so there's like more levels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But games like Super Mario 64 sometimes benefit from having less. Like going into a level again and again, and really developing a relationship with the haunted house in Super Mario 64 and stuff like
Memorizing
that.
the layout and stuff.
Is very, and that's the end of the clip.
Yep.
Is kind of
Hold on, let me
cool, and I like that about the 3D Mario.
Hey everybody, thanks to some technical oversights on my part, I got to cut in here with a little ad read. Turns out overpowering Super Mario Bros. Remix jazz was playing over the last one, so you get this one nice and clean. This podcast is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club, who offers you a starting shaving kit for only $5. That box has a lot of wonders inside, and let me tell you about that. Inside that starter kit, you get shave butter, which is kind of like shaving cream, except it's clear, it's low profile, it doesn't gum up your razor quite as much. You get some body wash, it smells delightful. You get One Wipe Charlies, which are pre-moistened mint. Flavor is the wrong word, because ideally you're not putting these in your mouth, but they are mint-infused wiping products to give you a nice, clean, refreshed booty hole. Imagine your butt on top of Mount St. Helens, ready to explode, enjoying the mountain air. That could be yours. And of course, since it's Dollar Shave Club, you get shaving products. You get the Executive Razor, which is a nice weighty metal handle, and a starter cartridge of razors, all for only $5. So everything you need to shave and then some, everything you need to be a dapper lad is included in this box. You can get that by going to dollarshaveclub.com/dude. Once more, that's dollarshaveclub.com/dude. For just $5, you get a whole kit to be a nice gentleman and have a mint butt. That's not something you should take lightly. So thank you, Dollar Shave Club, for sponsoring this podcast. Once more, that's dollarshaveclub.com/dude. You should check that out and get your $5 starter kit today. All right, we'll throw back to after the thundering music for a nice little story from Bones. Take it away, Bones. Why is the music playing? Oh, boy. Everything got fucked up. It wasn't the game audio, it was music. It's muted now.
Cut this out.
My bad. Fucking OBS, man. Can't remember any fucking audio settings to save its goddamn life.
You know, you're kind of asking the wrong guy about this because I'm a fan of the composting toilet.
You are.
So I went the whole other way. Minimalist.
Thank you, Omar.
It's a bucket with a seat and sawdust in it, and that's it.
You would want that in your home?
I would love to. I would love to live in a place where I was legally allowed to have that again.
Again?
Yeah, I was living on that farm for a year, and I was shitting in that bucket.
And you miss it?
Yes, I miss every minute of it.
You could
It was
just
so
get-
freeing.
Did
You
you
could just get a
personally
bucket.
have
No.
to empty the bucket?
Yeah, but it doesn't smell. You put sawdust in it, it all breaks
Seeps it
down.
in?
It's compost.
Like kitty litter?
No, it's better than kitty litter.
But what do you do? It builds up, right?
Yeah, it takes. You have to turn it, and then after 2 years, you throw it on your plants. You're all
2
good.
years of shit.
2 years, man.
What's
But
going
doesn't it fill up? How do you?
Eventually? You
How
need
would you design
That's what I'm
this
saying. You
thing?
need some storage space.
I don't want. Listen, I don't want to be a toilet conservative.
Okay.
I consider myself a toilet liberal.
Keep your mind open. Yeah.
So I'm not going to say this is crazy, but how do you know how big of a hole to dig so that way 2 years of shit?
Well, I'm sure there's someone has done all the math.
Yeah.
Some nerd has put on the internet or
Nah,
something.
I bet it's just more of a that's an old world craftsmanship kind of thing.
Yeah.
Once you're just good enough at it, you just know.
Where I lived, they had it on a hill, and then every time it filled, they would just tip it into the bin below it on this hill, and they'd work their way down like stairs.
Like dominoes of shit.
Like yeah, sorta. And then at the end of a couple of years, you just toss it on the apple trees. And you're all good. I'm sure everyone can relate to this, right?
The problem is
Everyone's
so-
lived on a communal teaching
So
farm.
the
for a
only
year.
problem is that this is we at the very least live in a rental society.
Yes.
Where
So
we
do.
don't own our own homes because it's too expensive.
Yes.
And so, you're not going to necessarily want to move into someone else's like year and a half worth of
No,
shit,
and
right?
I just
then because then
remembered-
you only get 6 months, and then you got to dump theirs out.
And then you
I
gotta-
left all my poop when I left that job.
Yeah,
too.
you did.
And somebody's eating food that was fertilized by your shit.
I'm okay with that. Everyone's eating food.
Oh,
That's
yes,
fertilized by
yes.
someone's
But
shit.
I guess you have a more direct perspective on it because you see the direct
See the poop bowl.
pathway of where the shit went and
That's
who
where you
ate
put the
what.
GoPro.
I have a question about the like a mint wipe. If you wipe your butt with a mint wipe, can you taste it?
I-
Depends on if you lick the butt.
I think I've told you guys this
Wait.
before, but
I
I
think
once
it hits your sinuses, so you can taste it.
Oh, you
after
don't mean
fashion.
literally like put it to your tongue?
no,
and taste it.
I
You
once
just mean in your.
I once read that if a woman were to insert garlic in her vagina,
Okay.
she could taste it.
I think that was a prank to get
No,
you to...
I swear to God, this you
No,
look it up.
I believe that
Did you
someone
know if a
told me
woman
that.
touches her elbows behind her back, she's Spider-Man or something?
Nice, yeah. She has cancer.
Bones, did you know
Come
that?
on, Bones, you
You
know
know, I
this.
did.
Anyway,
If you touch your
Just
elbows
kidding.
behind your back, you're Spider-Man. Can
Oh,
you
I
do
haven't
it?
been able to do that in years.
anyway,
Well, speaking of touching your
I was
elbows
trying to
behind
start
your
an
back.
interesting topic, but
No, I want to hear
No,
about
no,
your
no.
tasting garlic.
I'm just
out of-
wondering
Guys,
if,
we got a
if
dude soup
I've never
challenge.
done it. I don't know
How much garlic do you have in there?
I've never done it.
Oh.
I've never personally done it. I read it and I thought that's an interesting. Human body is capable of.
Did you read it on Goop?
Did not read it on Goop, though I could see Goop.
Well,
okay,
here's
let's move
the
on.
thing, though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
To your point, you can eat stuff and then you can smell it in your sweat.
Oh, yeah,
sometimes.
for sure.
It like sweats out of
Yeah.
your pores. So is
So
it
I'm
reasonable to
wondering-
believe? I just don't think that that's
If
a
you're-
straight shot to the digestive tract.
If your butt buds,
Am I in your
and
way?
your taste
No, you're good,
buds
you're good.
has
Let me
some
get
kind
some...
of-
Well, it's like we've talked about often, maybe not on the show, but we've talked about it at least on here.
Oh, I'm
Um,
gonna get out of the way.
that
That's not a stool. That's a chair.
Non-back.
You
Yeah,
gotta-
it doesn't need... It can't have a
most
back,
of
right?
most of your poop is shit,
James can do
or
it.
is blood and
James kind of...
piss and stuff.
Careful, because there's a candle there.
When you lose weight,
Uh-huh.
most of that weight is like blood and stuff.
Everyone
Your
on
poop
Twitter's
is
freaking
blood.
out about
So-
this Ariana Grande
Yeah,
cover.
the internet's
Where's
a
my
buzz
picture?
because-
I did it earlier.
I know
you
you
didn't
did.
even share the picture.
You can do it again on the podcast.
Yeah,
No, but where's the picture?
It's on my phone.
So
It's right
hold on.
there.
I don't... Okay, so it's got one leg... Whoa.
She's just kneeling on a stool.
The
James
problem.
did it
So
earlier.
there is a lot of
There's
controversy.
only
Someone.
one leg on it, though, so it's like, what's her ass on?
Basically, the question
No, her
is,
ass is
how
on her
is
heel.
Ariana Grande able to position herself on this stool for this 2014 album cover?
Yeah.
Because she's better than us.
Well,
I think she's
I mean,
tiny.
she's also like 4'3",
Whoa.
like
I think he might have cracked the cake.
67
Maybe
pounds.
I may have cracked the stool.
Yeah.
So it's the trick is she's got that one leg tucked behind the other. That's the hard part. Because yeah, you can just listen. It's not hard to just double up and then squat.
No.
That's real easy. But when you gotta wrap that leg around and then get it off the
Oh,
stool,
God.
I took this picture of James earlier
and then
where he was like
Oh,
Up
James
and
can
back.
do it.
trying to do
See, I'm so into you. I can
so
barely
this one's down,
breathe.
this one's up. You gotta have that leg
All
off the.
I wanna do.
Come on, Lawrence. James can do it.
Oh, I'm trying.
Grab it, and then
Elise,
you look
did you
down
try
at
it?
your knees
No,
though.
I haven't.
Back straight.
I'm worried that I would
Back straight.
capsize.
Look down at your
Your
knees.
whole body's.
Ooh, that's painful.
She's also more on her.
Lawrence, you're beautiful.
Yeah, I think the controversy over this is people are underestimating how tiny Ariana Grande is.
Very small.
She is really small. She's like, do you ever see that American Horror Story season with the little person, the little tiny person, the tiny one?
I don't
Is that
know.
Freak Show?
Yeah, it was Freak Show.
The
It was
candles
really-
save
Oh, yeah,
everything.
yeah,
the
I
tiny
remember her.
person. That was her. That was Ariana Grande.
Damn it, Twitter didn't update. I had okay, so in the effort of responding quickly to technical issues, I have a tab open with the hashtag Dude Soup thing up, except it's not auto refreshing. So all that stuff was caught in a tab at the top that said like 50 new updates. Apologies about that. Back to elephants. Oh wait, no, hold on. Elise loves yeah.
Oh, my, Elite.
I knew you would know.
No. I didn't really. I'd heard the name, and then I saw this document.
Hold on, guys. People need to.
I'm so excited.
people need to understand.
I said to them, I said, I bet if we have Bones on, he'll know Mason Reese, and he'll have been to Halloween Horror Nights.
I have not.
Not Scary Farm?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I haven't done either of those.
okay. Well, one out of two.
But Mason Reese is something I need.
Go
to
ahead,
talk about.
Lawrence.
Okay, good. I want to hear you. I want to hear your thoughts first. Okay.
Is this what we're on?
I guess so. At least what?
At least
Well,
you introduced the man.
At least fell in love
maybe
this
we
morning.
should just watch a clip of Mason Reese.
Oh, fine. All right.
And
How did you discover that? How did we come across Mason
Thomas
Reese?
Middleditch, from Silicon Valley, he was posting videos of Mason Reese when he was a child star.
Okay. So he's a child star from the 70s who looks kind of like an old man in a wig.
That worked in the
Big
70s.
shock of red hair.
Got some stickers.
He's got kind of a
Oh,
lispy,
whoa! What the fuck was that?
a cute lispy voice.
Hold on.
That's assault.
Wait,
He's putting a Star of David.
it's a sheriff star.
Here you go.
Remember?
Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah.
I guess that was okay back.
Trump retweeted one of those. It's no big deal.
Whoa, it's especially a big deal. Okay, well, never mind. Hey, that's cool. You're a sheriff now. Go into
So-
your sheriff box.
So yeah, Mason Reese is this little child actor.
And he used to be on the,
Yeah, we got to find this.
He was a
is it
bit of
this?
a viral sensation.
he was on
right?
the Mike Douglas
Yeah.
show regularly.
Regularly.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Regular
Where's the
guest.
one where you read the poem? I want.
If you search Mason Reese, Mike Douglas
my God,
show.
Well,
I thought he was disabled at first, and I felt really bad.
I thought he had progeria.
I love
Yeah.
him. I think he was an adorable.
Well, he was-
now he's become a restaurateur and he's retired from acting. But I just thought he was.
Oh,
got a jaunty little hat. Oh boy.
You
This
skip-
Sometimes people are just born to be performers.
But
this little
he
guy.
he did tear up several times on the.
For why?
I think he was just very emotional.
He read a poem about friendship. and
Yeah,
that
you'll
tipped him
just
over.
go back and we'll find
greatest
that
ship of
one.
all.
Let me get the. He's a triple threat. Look at him go.
No. All right.
Oh, yeah.
It's
See,
not really tough.
nowadays what we would do is we would film Jacob from the waist up and then super in legs dancing because he couldn't,
Oh, look at those hands though.
We should
He
see if we
maintains that eye
we
contact.
should see if we could make Jacob a child star now.
There is a sweetness and earnestness to this kid that's
There
yeah.
is.
much like Jacob.
I'm telling you,
Fullerton.
that's not a kid.
He dances.
Many people-
That's a 33-year-old man.
That's an imperative.
Many people thought it was
Man?
an older person masquerading
Oh.
as a child.
Yeah.
I still think that. And now that he's a grown man, I still believe that that's the case. I think now he's just an older man
Oh,
masquerading
he's got
as
the
a
swing
40-year-old
legs going.
man.
But there aren't child stars with this kind of charisma anymore. That's a brave statement, but I'm willing to say.
What about
it.
the lispy kid from Stranger Things?
Or all the kids from Stranger Things.
But they
Or
ain't
It.
ain't no Mason Reese.
It's the hair.
Well said.
The thing about in the 70s, everyone desperately tried to look like they were old, like an old
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So they would have weird hair and they'd put product in it and everything.
So
Are
Elise.
we looking for specific?
I want the
Mason
one where
Reese?
he. Oh
One's-
wait, there it is.
What
One's
is
from.
This is where he reads a poem and cries.
I'm gonna take this down.
This
a-
isn't hard
a
netting. If you're
darker-
tuning in, we're
a
not on
darker
hard netting.
hallway
Yeah, we're not
when
there
this
yet.
clip's done.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I mean,
So
you
do-
can
so
take us
you
down
looked
right
at a
now.
bunch of
I
Mason
may
Reese.
have called you
Okay.
crazy. I know that isn't true. I may have fussed and fooled around, as some kids mostly like to do. But I just love to be co-host and get to know you more. I hope that you'll forgive my faults. That's what friends are for.
Oh, little guy. Although, do you think his agent?
James
Do you
is
think his
unswayed.
Do you think his agent was just like fucking fist pumping backstage? Like he fucking nailed it,
I
that kid.
hope that you'll forgive my faults because that's what friends are for.
But what did he? Why was he apologizing for?
He was. I think
being a
he was
dumbass
just
little
pro
kid.
Friendship.
God, that really hit me.
Bones, I want to hear what.
All right. When I started looking this morning at clips, I came across he had a
Doing your
a
research?
TV sitcom pilot. It is the fucking creepiest, darkest thing. It opens with his dad accidentally trying to just watch.
You got it.
No,
It's
I wanna
25
hear-
minutes long.
Oh, we can't watch. Okay,
and it's muted.
You can watch the
It'll run. We got enough time.
just watch the
barely.
first joke,
Yeah.
and maybe
he's in
the
the
theme
sun.
song. It also has the longest theme song I've ever heard.
Wow.
Oh, here we'll crank it.
He
during
reads Dr. Spock.
Oh my god, man. Oh
It
god.
looks like they just pulled stills from YouTube videos that we were just looking at.
man. Yeah.
It's got his little suitcase. That's
I'm-
the episode.
I'm watching this and trying to.
Who picked these? I watched the whole thing. I did. I watched the whole
Remember when we were like, who has free time to be on the podcast today?
thing. Right here.
No, Dan's
Monday-
editing. John's probably editing. Omar.
I think Bones just has an
What
episode
about
of
Bones?
Mason to
Yeah.
watch this
Yeah.
morning, but I don't know if he's done anything else.
Other than that, he's probably free.
Mondays are real good for me. Yeah.
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Welcome me back anytime.
Okay.
So has it started?
All right, this is the end. He's entering his house that he lives with. So he basically he lives with his parents that utterly despise him.
No.
Yes, absolutely, because he's like a smartass.
Okay.
Oh,
This-
he's,
okay,
he's
just
asking
watch
for
this
it.
first bit.
he's always cracking
It's like you
wise.
and me.
Well, while you guys are
Who's
doing
who?
that,
Dad getting out of bed.
Are you
Here's
Mason?
here's
Yeah,
a-
of course I'm Mason.
You kind of got to.
listen, you always want to check your local listings to see when Mason comes on. And you'll know you'll never miss that show, provided you are keeping the time with an elegant
Can't hear the jokes.
and affordable movement watch.
This is a bad scene to put in an ad read.
No, it'll as long as you guys don't react over powerfully to it. You're already doing
He's
that.
trying to have sex with his wife.
Damn it!
Just wait.
All right, seriously.
Oh, it's Mason.
Damn it!
So the sitcom opens with a father trying to fuck his child.
He didn't know his
No, you
child
didn't
was
know,
there.
Bones.
No, but he.
Ad read. Give me like 90 seconds.
Start the ad read again.
Sorry.
Yeah, you probably need to give it a new start.
I understand.
You'll never miss an episode of Mason with your trusty movement watch, which helps you keep the time.
I'm very excited about my movement watch.
They can complete your look whether you're dressing up or down. That's right, they look good with formal attire and casual attire. They start at just $95 too, meaning you can add some class, elegance, and old school charm to your wrist without breaking your bank. They sell online, pretty much exclusively online, so you can't find them in stores, and by that they skip the middleman, the retail markup. Who needs brick and mortar anymore when we got the internet? Got sweet.coms, and they got classic design, quality construction, and styled minimalism. As you can see, I like a watch face that doesn't have too much junk on it. Just gotta tell time, that's all you gotta do. Tell time and look good. And you can do that for starting at $95, and you can pay even less than that by using our code for 15% off by going to movement.com/dudesoup. That's with free shipping and free returns in case you don't like your watch or you find it doesn't match your style. One note on it, it's mvmt.com, so movement.com/dudesoup to get your 15% off. So thank you, Movement, for the sponsorship, and thank you, Mason, for all the laughs through the years.
She's
wearing
wearing
a
no
watch.
laughs yet.
Well, he tried to fuck Mason.
We got to get rid of this kid.
All right. Seriously, I watched the whole thing. It opens with the father trying to get amorous with his wife, and then whoops, it's the kid.
Oh,
and then,
it's Mason.
And then the mom walks in. She's like, "What happened?" And he's like, "He just touched my tushy and called me a bad boy or bad girl or something." And then we don't have to watch the whole thing, obviously. And then the main plot of this episode is that he meets a middle-aged man in the park
Oh no.
that is going to be his new best friend and wants to take him camping alone. That's the plot.
Didn't get picked up.
I can't believe it.
Mason is mature beyond his years.
That's exactly what Link, which is the name of the old man, said.
Did he?
He said he's a 42-year-old in a child's body, and I'm
Because
a
he literally
child,
is.
and I'm a child in a 42-year-old man's body. That's what the fucking character on this show said. It's so creepy.
Hey,
Anyways,
it's the 70s, man. People were opening their minds to new things.
thank you, movement.
It's just that Ariana Grande's really small, and I think people are underestimating that.
Could Mason have balanced on that stool, I
Ooh.
wonder?
Yeah, and he did a
Easily.
little tap while he's up there.
He doesn't seem
He could balance
especially
on
nimble.
Ariana.
Look at him.
How did he
Okay.
change clothes?
Probably too much Mason talk.
Yeah, we could
Probably.
probably move on.
All right, well, we got some hot topics. James saved a homeless lady.
I did.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So this is last week. This is,
Yeah.
not a lot going on in the news. So
It's a lot of disconnected and
we're gonna
weird
segue directly
headlines.
from the
And
Mason segment.
Before
into,
you get ahead of yourselves, the homeless lady was not me.
it was not you.
Good
Yeah.
catch, Elise. Thank you.
Okay, so cool your comment, Jets.
So sometimes when we bring Benson into the office, we'll take him out for walks during the day, so that way he can relax. We take him walking around the building, and we don't work in a bad part of town by any means, but it's kind of maybe off the main dragways of sort, or maybe it's on the main dragways, and we have over the last maybe 8 or 9 months acquired a bit of a camp town.
Yeah.
There's a small grassy knoll that has become somewhat of a camp city for people who have fallen on hard times or people that just like to camp, and so you just they do most of the time. You don't see anything. No, you don't see anyone there. You just see a bunch of tents. But sometimes when you're like me, you're walking Benson, and you walk around a corner over towards kind of the camp city, and a man comes up to you who I like. You could pretty much identify. He seemed out of it somewhat. He comes over to me from another man, and he's also wearing like a construction vest. So I didn't immediately identify him as anyone other than a construction man because that's what children's books teach you.
Yes.
And so so he comes over to me and he goes, "Excuse me, can you call 911?" And I'm like, "Oh, what's the problem?" And now as he's talking, I'm realizing this is not a construction man. He goes, "There's a girl, and she climbed into that big red bin. There's a donation bin. I don't know. In the city, sometimes you'll see donation bins. They'll be in parking lots or large empty lots where you can just take your old clothes, throw them in there. Someone will come pick them up sometime. I don't know.
Not my problem. Not my problem.
I've never actually seen any person go there and pick up any of the clothes in it. But you can take your clothes there, and the idea is then they get picked up at some point, and then they get taken to a donation facility. Better than throwing out clothes. And so he goes, there's a girl in there. She's stuck in there. Can you call 911? And he was talking to another man at the time, but the other man seemed not interested and was on his phone and was not, I guess, a homeless person. And he was like, he doesn't want to do it. He said he doesn't trust me, or he's ignoring me or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. Well, before I call 911, let me see if I can help. And let me make sure there is an emergency and it's not just a prank.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to make sure I'm getting pranked. So I cross the street with Benson over towards the red bin in a hurry, and as I'm hurrying over there, he shouts after me, "And be careful, she's got a knife."
Okay.
But I'm undeterred.
Yes. Well, you got Benson to protect you.
And so I go over to the bin, and then I like knock on it, and I go, "Hello?" And then there's nothing. I go, "Is there someone there?" And then I hear, "Yes." And it's like a grown woman's voice from inside this bin that closes shut at the top.
Yeah.
You go, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I just climbed in here." I'm like, "Oh, do you need help? Do you need any help getting out?" "No, I had to get some new clothes, and I needed a place to change, and so I came in here." I was like, "Oh, are you going to be able to get out?"
Were you like, "And the knife?"
Yeah, I didn't ask you about the knife. I go, "Are you able to get out?" And she went, "Yes, I'll be fine." And I was like, "Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you because you can't contact me if you end up needing help." So I was like, "Okay, well, you should probably get out soon just to make sure you can." And then I crossed back the street as though I was leaving, but then I just waited with Benson. And then I heard like rumbling inside.
And the
saw
most
the thing open.
beautiful creature emerged.
Yes, it was a princess, and she granted me one wish. No, and then a woman, like sweaty and dirty, like climbed out. Looked like she was having a hard time, and I like started to walk back. She's like, no, and then, but eventually this woman did climb out. And she was wearing the most beautiful gown you'd ever seen. No, but she climbed out, and then the thing is, the other guy who like was like, "Please call 911," was just standing there, didn't seem to give two shits about any of it.
Yeah.
So he sounds like an instigator.
And then as you were walking away, you just went, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Stabbed.
And I went, "Another good deed," and turned around.
Coughed and looked down, and there was this knife poking out of his chest.
Don there was something about that story that really struck a chord with Don. He
Don
really
was
liked
the one
that.
in the bin.
Yeah.
No, my
much.
takeaway from it was literally me thinking, well, at least I do know now that someone is using those clothes.
Right, no one's
Because
picking
you never
them up.
see anyone picking them
Right.
up, but I do know that at least they're going to good use. So
Don't they have doors that like you can't?
Yeah.
Are they like mailboxes or
yes,
something?
yes, that's what I
So how the
thought.
hell
I
did
thought
she get
that she
out?
was thinking, I'll go in here, I'll get some clothes. Except they are like
like
mailbox
locked behind
doors.
her?
Yeah.
You open it, put your clothes in, and then when you shut it, it creates like a T seal. And so I was like, how the fuck is she going to get out of this thing?
can't believe she
But I
got
guess she
out.
wedged herself into the halfway point of it. So that way she could pull her legs through, and then when it came over again, it just tumbled her out.
Can't believe she got
Was she
out.
like a tiny like Mason Reese sized person?
No, she was
like
a
normal?
full size
More of an
Ariana
Ariana
Grande
Grande
size
type,
person. Yeah.
That's how she could squeeze in and out of there. Ariana Grande's got no bones.
Yeah, so
It's all cartilage.
it was my harrowing attempt at heroism.
Oh, well, you did
my
it.
harrowing heroism.
Hey, you cared when no one else did.
That's right.
That's valid.
There was there was a guy on the phone who did not give two shits about any of that when someone said that there was
Yeah.
an emergency and a girl may be trapped in a bin. So
There is a term for it because it happens so often of people's ability to just ignore anything that's disruptive. There's like stories about people getting killed in New York, like getting stabbed to death outside of an apartment building with everyone with their windows open, and everyone's just like, oh, someone else is handling it. And then somebody
Yeah.
within full earshot of 50 people,
There's Link.
that's his buddy.
That's his new friend. He's gonna go.
So a
camping with.
gentleman just
The,
walked into Mason's house wearing tight short shorts and a full yak sweater, some kind of wool. It's a weird pairing.
Parents do seem alarmed. That's good.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he's cool with it. He's wearing his football headphones. Man, the 70s, huh?
To the previous point, the old adage I've always seen is if you are being attacked, do not yell like help, yell fire. Because
Wow.
people are more inclined to come and help you if that's what they hear, like if
Jesus
it's help,
Christ.
or they think they
That's
might be
sad.
endangered.
very
Yeah,
sad.
it is sad. That is something.
Because it might affect them. It's a
Yeah,
fire.
right. Yeah. Oof. Well, I guess we can...
Black Panther trailer.
On that note, yeah, that Black Panther trailer, huh? There's that, something, well, who cares about it? CD Projekt, maybe in trouble. They wrote a letter about it. I don't know if you guys care about that. Cyberpunk could be in danger.
Oh yeah.
Is
it a game?
I started sweating. So
Is it in danger because it's not a game?
it's not a game yet, no. So there was a NeoGAF thread that was posted about a month ago. I actually saw it when it went up, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So somebody's crawled through all of the ratings on Glassdoor for CD Projekt Red. There's some. Oh wait, no, excuse me. It was a NeoGAF thread posted because of this. Yang Ye, I guess, posted a YouTube video. Is all not well at CD Projekt Red? Basically, this gentleman investigated a bunch of Glassdoor reviews, found that the reviews for CD Projekt were really low. Like that, the people who had worked there would not recommend it to friends. Do not approve of the CEO. Compared it to some other companies that all rated way, way higher. So concerns is that CD Projekt's management is falling apart. That development staff's not good there. Morale's really low. All that sort of thing. And this may explain why the game's taking so long.
But they have no DRM.
Yeah, they have no
And
DRM.
the DLC's free.
Well, on the subject of being able to diplomatically phrase things in a way that gamers like to hear, they responded to it today, which actually I didn't expect them to respond to, so that's kind of interesting, but they did. Wrote this letter basically saying, like, we acknowledge there's going to be churn in every development studio, and then they said, hey, we make games differently than everybody else, all right? Maybe other people are cool with just making the same game over and over again, but we make games that no one thinks are possible. And they basically make the point that we're the ones trying to make the next kind of game, and that's what apparently Cyberpunk is trying to be, and that's not going to make everyone happy, because it requires a lot of reinvention and a lot of hard work.
So there will be casualties.
Kind of what they say, yeah.
I wonder. I don't know anything about the inner workings of this company. I don't purport to know anything, but I always wonder situations like this where, because the scores were compared to like EA
and
right?
Ubisoft, yeah.
And Ubisoft. I wonder if because those are bigger, more comprehensive companies, it's more likely that you would have positive experiences from working there to pull up, as opposed to maybe a smaller company where the developers make up a larger portion of it. I feel like developers are more likely to have a really shitty time working on a big AAA game at a smaller studio.
It's like PR and marketing and HR, like that might dilute the
maybe,
disgruntled
or I mean,
ex-worker.
just the idea of a really large company like Ubisoft having developers working on a AAA game as opposed to a smaller, more independent company like CD Projekt Red having developers working on a AAA game.
Well, so it's not that small. They said when they released Witcher 3 in 2015, they had 200 headcount, which is pretty fucking
For developers, right?
200 developers strong, and that was core of the crew of the studio. Since then, we've almost doubled the headcount, and we're still hiring. So they're at 400 now, and getting bigger. So in terms of pure
what do you think
headcount-
Ubisoft is at?
Oh god,
or
across all their
EA?
studios, yeah, probably well above that. I would guess that each individual studio from Ubisoft and EA is about that size, but they have 5 or 6 of them across the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I find it fascinating game development is largely black box for us that just enjoy the end product. And it's easy when a game comes out and is beautiful and pristine and filled with content like Witcher 3 to think that all that stuff was mathematical or divine. Like just a bunch of people got in and had a roadmap and diligently made the whole thing, and then it came out exactly like they intended. Whereas the truth is, most game development is really rocky and involves a lot of
trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error, a lot of iteration, a lot of switching. So moments like these are kind of interesting reflection of how something on the outside can be perceived differently than how it may be on the inside. And we still don't know. Just kind of have to hope and pray that Cyberpunk exists someday. But yeah, at least I do give them credit for acknowledging and theoretically diffusing the situation by saying something that's not ultra definitive, but still what a gamer would want to hear, which is that we're still making the best game ever. So just stay tuned for that.
I feel like they've kind of made a few of these open letters before.
Whenever they get, I think if Adam were here, and I kind of hear Adam because he can be a little skeptical about it. I think if they ever see a PR gain to be made, they'll make a statement.
Yeah.
Not Bones. Come on, man. You have a name. Don't take it for granted.
Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Oh, there, and this is still
All right,
going.
back to Mason Reese.
Yep. Or we can move on to we got a
do
net
hard
hard
net.
one. Yeah.
I'm
Nettin.
really excited about this part.
All right. So, as you recall, Dyson Show took it last week with his wonderful and positive outlook on life and his amazing grasp on humor.
Love him.
For this week, I think it's going up against a single video, and there's like 2 or 3 other videos on this channel that are similar, but this one's pretty special. And again, I apologize, audio listeners, because this is a very visual sort of experience. So,
In the Mouth with San Francisco. Or with Francesco. I don't know why I read San Francisco.
Whoa!
What?
Oh, there's so much hair.
there you go.
So In the Mouth with Francesco did not have anything go. Francesco. You're right.
Yeah, it's Francesco.
I don't know why. My brain is broken.
You thought it was In the Mouth of San Francisco?
I read it as that originally. In the Mouth with San Francisco. Anyway, nothing went in the mouth.
No. Well, he did spit
His
out some
recorder
chunks of granola
a little
bars.
bit.
So this is Cooking Show by the video or the channel Drunk Idol. I think we have to go at a few other ones, but that's pretty much the winner.
Is he foreign?
I don't know.
I feel like that might affect how I vote.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Is he a
Google Plus
American
page.
pretending to be this Italian, lover, or what is he?
I don't know, man.
All right.
I don't know anything. It is what it is, dude. Like, nice channel, cool channel, bro. So yeah, there's just a lot of there's some comments here, but there you
Not a
go.
lot.
Just a man chopping up some granola bars, sprinkling them down with some kind of sauce. Who knows, really?
Is making a lavishly
He's blowing
fast-paced comedy video.
Feels contrived to me.
Is
Yeah.
that hard netting? I don't know. Don't know if it is.
Got some Dijon.
It's tempeh.
He puts like vinaigrette on everything.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do when you cook.
Uh-huh.
It's really vinaigrette. You got to spit that out, give it a little swirl, some sprays. And chop up those granola bars.
Feels like How To Basic,
Yeah, it's very hot to basic.
a little more overt and complex than How To Basic. I feel like How To Basic has a certain nuance to it that this is lacking.
Yeah,
I think he's done a good job. I think he's started something. He's perhaps on his way, which this video went up in January of this year. Is it another one of his videos?
Yeah. The other ones are memeing a little harder.
I didn't get to see Dyson.
Sorry, man.
Oh yeah,
Here,
we
we'll
gotta
get
see
back to
some
that.
Dyson.
Oh, good, I've been signed out. That's cool.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
That's
no.
built on the backs
No.
of others.
Yeah.
We know all about biting that style.
No.
Yeah. I guess we can go with the latest Dyson show.
So Dyson's back from his trip to wherever he was.
Yeah,
Arizona.
some ghost town in Arizona. Plus.
Dyson kind of looks like the guy who picked up Mason Reese at the park, doesn't he?
Yeah, Link.
I want to offer a toast to my ex-wife. So I said, and I'd like to offer a toast to my ex-aunt. My uncle turned to me and said, oh, did she get divorced too?
Every single time he has a reaction like, why aren't they laughing?
I
Like
love
he's waiting
him.
for the webcam.
He wins. He wins.
He's waiting for that little
love
dot to go,
him.
ha ha, his laptop.
Yeah.
Funny one, Dyson.
Dyson, if you're watching, contact us, please.
All right. Well, maybe that's what the plus is. I didn't watch the newest one.
Dyson wins.
Oh, look at that. He knew.
He knows. I'm still doing it. Please still be doing it. Don't stop. Let that encourage you, Dyson.
My friend said
Yeah, there might be a personal message in here. Actually, you should watch
Oh,
that.
wow.
Oh, here, maybe.
By the way, for the record, personal messages do not better your odds of remaining at the top of the Hardnet and charts.
Well, I think we can throw this down to a vote, but I'm pretty sure I already know.
Yeah.
But is there anyone voting for cooking show?
No.
I don't think I think he's on to something. He's on to something. He gets a commendation,
Okay.
but I don't think I can give him the title. There's commitment. There's a certain commitment that's lacking.
Got it.
And when you're on episode 663
Right.
of your own personal talk show of dad jokes, to me that's hard enough.
Dyson, if we could get Dyson to come in here and shoot something with us,
think you could.
that would be my dream.
No,
he was in
you
a
have
gameplay.
more bigger dreams than that. Stop saying that. You have bigger dreams than that. Don't
know.
waste your dreams.
If mine was that's my dream.
If that lady in the bin gave you one wish when you came out.
It was gonorrhea was my wish.
It's like a devil's wish. Everything,
Yeah.
like it always has
Yeah.
a twist, just like the
Oh.
X-Files, except the
Yeah.
twist is always the knife being twisted.
Damn monkey ball.
Can we watch another Dyson joke, please?
Yes.
Is that okay?
it was a wasted day. I said, why was it a wasted day? He said, because I was wasted, man.
I love him too.
All right.
I love
He
him.
wins.
Well, the internet's premier comedian
Get Francesco out of here.
is close that tab forever. All right, Dyson Show wins again. It's gonna be an interesting task to unseat Dyson Show.
You're gonna have to start making episodes now.
It's netting very hard. Now that we're rounding the end of the podcast here, let me do my Rooster Teeth corporate obligatory merch shout out. Normally I like to have these things here, but they didn't send them to us. So today we've got the baseball tee. It's a baseball tee with the Funhaus
That's not
logo.
me. That's not me.
Who the hell is
Check
that?
the back. It's Becca. Becca
Becca.
Frazier.
We got
Oh, the back's cool.
yeah, that's the
That's
Funhaus
the
thing. They put it on the hats,
extension
too.
of the Funhaus baseball brand. Baseball's big right now.
Yeah.
Isn't it ending?
Yes.
Yes.
Coming up on the
absolutely.
World
It's
Series.
almost over.
And just like another ball sport, we got a Funhaus football soccer scarf.
Oh, your footy scarf.
Footy
Soccer
scarf.
is huge right
My
now.
footy
Soccer's
scarf.
huge right now.
Can you get me one of those?
Yeah.
We got the little
you
symbols
can
on
go
there.
back. You can just.
Oh yeah, Funhaus.
Funhaus
Foot-
FC.
Football club.
Football club.
I
Good
like
scarf that.
Excellent
That's right,
scarf
good
that.
scarf that.
Oh yeah, we should have put that on there.
That's what
Huh?
it probably should have said
Oh
on the
yeah,
scarf.
good scarf. That.
Actually, I
would've
think
been
that happened
great.
after.
It did.
No, I've been doing that
Yeah,
at the end of
actually,
things jokes for about 3 years
That's
now.
true. Yeah, absolutely.
I
has.
only have 6 or 7 jokes, and I reuse them all the time. That was what my nickname in high school.
Right.
That at the end of something, and then something else. I don't know.
Oh, you have two.
No, but I got other ones too.
Which, like what?
I just don't write them all down.
You gotta wait to find out.
Lawrence, can I shout out Twits and Crits?
Yes, you can.
We brought back our D&D show for a mini series this season called Twits and Crits: The League of Extraordinary Gyremen. If you haven't watched it, you can watch the first 2 episodes thus far on roosterteeth.com or fun.house. The League of Extraordinary Gyremen. It's kind of spooky. 3, 2, 1.
That's the end of the time that you had to talk about.
I know, you 15 seconds. That's your rule because you watched that one episode, Nathan, for you. Now you're all about it.
No, I was just trying to cut you off.
I had stopped and you were still counting
That was the
down.
joke that you finished.
Oh boy.
Okay, maybe you need to watch more Dyson because
gonna-
your sense of humor is a
Yeah.
little.
I'm gonna climb in that clothing receptacle because that's the only way to get you to notice me.
I'm never going back to that receptacle again.
Bones.
It's very uncomfortable.
Is it as uncomfortable as seeing Mason get picked up by a potential pedophile?
Oh, way more.
Really?
It turns out okay in the end.
Oh, that's good.
He
Spoiler.
gets raped.
He made new friends. Yeah. Turns out Mason was 35 years old, so no harm, no foul. Thanks everybody for listening this week. Apologies about some of the technical issues. Here's a fun fact. I forgot to record it on the deck again. I picked it up at some point. But
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's actually really hard to produce a show all by yourself, turns out. Oh well, what you gonna do? Catch us again next week when I get another swipe at hitting every button. I usually miss 1 or 2, but hey, that's just exciting, right? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back with a post show if you're watching live. If you're not, thank you so much for listening, be it on audio or video or whatever. Got a lot of people to serve, and hopefully we make them all happy to some degree. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
We love you.
Bye, everybody.
And I think that George Lucas is that same way. I think he loves movies. He doesn't get too in depth into what about the filmmaking process he loves about it. You know, I don't think he's a Christopher Nolan type who scrutinizes every single detail.
Yeah.
He just goes, which is a big thing when the prequels came out and they were